There are many possibilities because we have capabilities and technologies which no other generation could ever dream of.
This is one aspect where humanity likes to be very puffed up about we are the best that has ever lived on this planet and we have the best abilities than anyone before. But coming from the Vedic cosmology, we understand that the world is going in circles. There's Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. There's again another cycle of a golden age. And so, of course, civilizations before us have been at higher levels of technology. Let's continue.
Will our capabilities turn against us, or will they work for us, is the big question. If all the human capabilities, which are so hugely enhanced because of technology,
The worship of technology. It is very common now that humanity wants to consider that human abilities are actually being enhanced by technology. But I'd like to disagree with that. In one sense, yes, you could say some technology has allowed us to extend our senses. Yes, binoculars, microscopes. You can see further, you can see smaller, aeroplanes. You can fly from one part of the world to the next. They're planning rockets to go into space. They are there. They're trying to go to Mars. But I say that technology is very good at improving things, not necessarily improving people. People means character. Character is the symptom of consciousness. If the consciousness is expanding towards a more loving position, to a much more inclusive position, and when consciousness is aware of its relationship with God, then we are making actual advancement. So the real scientific advancement is advancement in spiritual technology. Just as we are proposing how to enhance one's consciousness, to purify one's consciousness by engaging in bhakti yoga and chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. But anyway, we are a generation that is really worshipping at the altar of technology. Let's hear some more.
everything that an individual human being could do has expanded manifold in this enhanced state. And our numbers have increased tremendously. In the beginning of 20th century, we were just about 1.5 billion people. Today, we are 7.3 billion people. The United Nations making predictions that by 2050, we will be 9.7 billion people.
And what is the problem? United Nations can predict population, yes, but then comes the twist plot, or the plot twist, that because of the way in which we're living and the way in which we're dealing with the resources of the earth, then those who are expert at exploiting the resources and trying to lord it over the earth, and they begin to worry, oh no, it's too many people. Let's hear what the saint amongst those who are concerned about the plot of human enjoyment of resources and exploitation has to say.
If all these people get educated, get technologically empowered, 9.7 billion people, or nearly 10 billion people on this planet, is for sure going to be a disaster.
It's going to be a disaster. How? Krishna, who made this planet, he says that Anad Bhavanti Bhutani, that if we plant food, we get grains from the earth, and we perform yagya, we get the rains. And that is how the cycle of life is continued. There is no shortage. The shortage is in the God consciousness, in hearing Bhagavad-Gita and following. Why is Sadhguru following United Nations and materialistic scientists? I don't know.
Yes. We can make arrangements and arrangements, we can improve the arrangements, we can make more energy-saving machines, we can recycle the shit. Yes, we can do all this. But if we don't come to our senses with human populations, there's going to be… I want you to just imagine.
Just see now, huh? But if we don't get it together with the human population, so what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting? Are you suggesting that we start killing off people? Because that's what the eugenics agenda is about. At least that the old people are no longer useful and productive. They should be killed off. The so-called Planned Parenthood has been aborting so many children. It said just from the 70s till now, in America alone, amongst the African American population, over 20 million children have been killed. Can you imagine? That's just one demographic in America. And there are not even more than 3 million African Americans in the US. And they've killed alone more than, a couple of wars of children. So this idea that population is a problem is problematic, because the types of solutions that they start coming up with are like what I've spoken of earlier.
How the world will be if the population almost goes up by 50% tomorrow. Just imagine your town, how it will be if 50% population increases tomorrow morning.
That's not going to happen. It's a hypothetical, of course, but why are you bringing in fear? Some fear mongering that, tomorrow, if population increases, of course, everyone is worried. A whole neighborhood will be filled up with people who will need to fight me for my bread and butter. No, it doesn't work like that. It won't just happen overnight. And anyway, there is a system of taking care of everyone. If only you will listen to Krishna, not all these materialistic scientists and big tech industrialists, billionaires who are interested in their own enjoyment of resources.
Or in other words, no matter what we create, no matter how much we strive, whatever we build, everything is going to be insufficient, because the planet is going to be insufficient.
Just see. That is the demoniac mentality. That the earth is not enough, the resources are enough. Because Krishna has stated also in the Gita that what does the demoniac think? He says, so much I have today and so much more I will have tomorrow. By my schemes, I will become more and more opulent. And because they are Bhoga Aishwarya Prashaktanam, Tyaparita Chaitasa, they want to enjoy matter, so then they never feel satisfied. This is very strange philosophy.
Of course, we are looking at planets which could sustain life outside of this solar system.
Now we have to move to another planet, Baba. Wait a minute, wait.
2-3 very promising planets. It's just a little, not in the walking distance.
Of course. And this thing of we've found, have we asked you or any of your scientist friends or whoever has been finding new planets, did we ask that we need to move to some new planet?
A few thousand or 1,000,000 light years away. Great planets, I believe. But This is the thing. But nobody wants to address this issue. Everybody wants to talk about cosmetic solutions, not address the basic problem of expanding human population.
Please forgive us, my dear Sadhguru sir, with this idea that the population is the problem. The population has never been the problem. The problem has been an mismanagement of the resources that the earth is providing. That there's not enough for men's greed, but there's enough for men's need. I think Gandhi said that. So let us not fall for such ideas, even though they may be spoken by very prominent personalities like Sadhguru. This is all sort of materialistic agendas, which are just part of the cheating. I don't even think we need to hear the rest of it. Let's say what he said.
I was in a conference and I said, see, unless you reduce the human footprint on the planet, there is no solution for anything.
So there you hear it. That was his suggestion at the conference. Such beautiful words as human footprint are being used, because the footprint means that we are now too much for the earth and the resources. They use that also for talking about weather, that our footprint. That means just how much we are grabbing out of the earth, cutting the trees, cash crops, mining, industrialization, automation. In so many ways, we're just smashing and grabbing, taking the resources without replenishing them in time. Then you say, human footprint. So that is why, and that is how they justify abortion. They justify, sometimes even attacking populations through medicines. One man came out on TV, was part of a research, not really a research, a team that he admitted purposefully targeting Africans, sub-Saharan Africans, and injecting them with HIV and AIDS. And even in South Africa, one man was saying, as the Afrikaners, we were at war. And so in the name of giving free treatment to Africans in South Africa, we were injecting them with HIV and AIDS as a tool of war to kill off that population. So many ideas start coming into place. They were injecting women in third world countries. In India it happened, South America, also in Africa, sterilizing women without their knowledge. So this is demonic. And I don't care how respectable and famous one has to be like Sadhguru. But a Mahatma is not rubber stamped just because you have a big beard and speaks very well. It's contradicting scriptures and the Lord. We have to mention this for the sake of well-meaning people and the innocent. So thank you very much, Hare Krishna.